Welcome to Badger Witch Tarot. My name is Emily and my pronouns are they, them. And if you're watching this at the time that I'm posting it, you will know that it has been a long time since I have posted a video, and I am happy to be back. So today's pick a card reading is how can you embrace your authentic self, which is so important, especially when we're living in a world that doesn't always accept or embrace our authentic selves. That's really something we can need to do for ourselves. So hopefully this reading will help a little bit with that. So for pick a card readings, I have 3 piles, and you choose whichever pile you're drawn towards, and it's okay if you're drawn to more than one. And you can pick by deck or by crystal. And then I'll link the timestamps below in the description box and the comment section. So first off, we have the Light Seer's Tarot and Carnelian for pile 1. For pile 2, we have the Green Witch Tarot and Garnet. And for pile 3, we have the Everyday Witch Tarot and Malachite. So pause if you need to, take a deep breath, and choose which pile you're drawn towards, and I will see you in your reading. So pile 1, this is your reading. We have the Carnelian and the Light Seer's Tarot. So how can you be your authentic self? Embrace your authentic self. So I'm going to start with tarot, and then I'm going to get some oracle cards, and I'm going to shuffle on camera. So let's see what comes out. How can pile 1 embrace their authentic self? I'm going to do 3. Okay. So for this, the first card that came out, we have the King of Wands, and it's in reverse, which is interesting because I didn't even plan to pull reversals for this. So what this is saying to me is you have some confidence and fire and drive that is in you, but maybe you're not feeling so strongly right now. And the thing is that brave, passionate, and driven person is absolutely you, and absolutely part of your authentic self. So this is just a reminder that that's still there, and it's not being prideful, it's not being egotistical to embrace that side of yourself. You're strong and fiery, and that may not be the entirety of you, but it is a big part of you, and this is kind of your permission to take that back, to step into that again. Also getting some Leo energy here. I mean, I think the King of Wands might be Aries, but with the lion, I'm just getting some Leo energy. Anyway, so next we have the Six of Pentacles. And to me, this is talking about your generosity, your ability to give unselfishly to others. And I think what this is about is your need to give to yourself as well. And that you need to be generous with yourself as much as you're generous with others. And that making sure your own cup is full will allow you to be able to be more of yourself and your authentic self. And also help you with connecting with the world around you, because it's really hard to continue to give to other people if you're not giving yourself what you need as well. And this is not saying to stop being generous to others. That's not it at all. Just to give that generosity to yourself as well. And also in relationships and also like work situations, business situations, make sure you're getting your recognition, your what you deserve for the work you're putting in. I think that's really important for you. And then we have the Five of Swords. And this is saying to me to something that's a barrier to embracing your authentic self is comparing yourself to other people and thinking too much about what other people think. And which I know it's like, it's so much easier said than done to not pay attention to that stuff. But it really, you are so enough and so amazing as your authentic self. You don't need to compete with anyone. You're not in competition with anyone. Even if it may feel that way, that's just a feeling that's really giving you a lot of anxiety and making it hard to embrace who you are. So, let's get some oracle cards here. I have the Spirit Animal Oracle, and that is going to be, I'm going to ask this deck for what animal represents your authentic self and can give you advice to being your authentic self. This is beautiful. So the elephant spirit, and it's number 25 there. Learn from the past. So this is saying to me that you're definitely wise and loyal, and also that passion and that drive is coming out to me here as well, and also a bit of pride in a good way. You know, it's okay to be proud of who you are. It really is. So the elephant spirit might be helpful to you. Maybe look into elephant symbolism, or that might be a special animal to you. What else does the elephant say to me? So learn from the past. I think that's saying that you are not your past. So we can learn from the past without it holding us back, is what I'm trying to say. So it's okay to look on the past and realize, wow, I've come really far. I still see that person in me, but I've learned a lot. And it's okay if I made mistakes in the past, because I'm learning from them and they're part of who I've become. So I think that's what this is saying to me. Okay. Next, I'm going to pull a Legendary Ladies goddess oracle here. And this, like, it doesn't matter what gender you are, and really I think these goddesses probably transcend gender, you know? So anyway, let's see if there's a goddess that can help you embody your authentic self. Come on. All right, 2 want to come out. So we have this beautiful goddess here. I'm not going to try to pronounce that because I do not want to pronounce it wrong. But I'll give you a closer look at the name. Transformation. Yeah, that really, that makes sense with the elephant spirit and learn from the past. I think you've transformed maybe many times in your life so far, and that's beautiful, and that resilience and that ability to change and become your best self is a really beautiful part of who you are. And then we have Eos, light. So that's beautiful. And that it's interesting too because we have this torch here in the King of Wands as well. And that's saying to me, you just have a light and a fire and let it glow and shine, and don't diminish it. You know, let yourself be seen. It's okay to be seen. It's okay to shine. It's more than okay. It's part of thriving. Okay, and finally, I'm going to look at the Everyday Witched Oracle. And this is just advice for what you can do to help embrace your authentic self. Oh, wow. Transformation and change. Okay, so I think this is just saying to keep, like, you don't have to be a static person. Like, you don't have to be the same as you were, 5-10 years ago. And changing and learning and growing, that's beautiful. And that can be just as much your authentic self as staying the same. Maybe even more so because you're integrating everything you've learned through the years. So step confidently into that. And I know change, I know transformation is difficult, but that, I think, lean into that and maybe explore what you can do to see transformation as an integral part of yourself rather than something happening to you. Yeah. That's really beautiful. All right, that's what I have for you, pile 1. I hope this reading resonated with you and maybe helped you a little bit. If you liked it, please like and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Hello, pile 2. Welcome to your reading. We have the Green Witch Tarot and the Garnet. So let's get into your reading for how to embrace your authentic self. Now I'm going to shuffle on camera, and I'm going to start with tarot and then pull some oracle cards. And I think we'll see. I'm not quite sure how many tarot cards I'm going to pull. One more. All right. How can pile 1 embrace their authentic self? Four of Swords. Temperance. And the King of Wands. I think one more. The Sun. Wow. Okay. So, what I'm seeing is you have quite the light in you, quite the passion and joy and lightness about you that is hard to have in these times that we're going through. So you might be feeling a little less of that right now, and that's okay. I think with the Four of Swords here that you really need some rest, which goodness, couldn't we all? But I think that's something that, if you're able, is really important to prioritize, because I mean, when we're burnt out and tired, it's hard to shine. It really is. And this is like true rest, like not feeling guilty about resting while you're resting, not, still answering emails and texts and things like that, truly taking time for yourself to rest and maybe even meditate if that's something that makes sense for you. All right. I think balance is a big part of your life and healing. You might be someone who's into like alternative holistic healing. That might be a very specific message for somebody. I don't know. That's just coming out in my head. But temperance is all about balance and healing. And also letting you know that you're being watched over and taken care of. And I think being a balanced person is important to you. And to me, that also means embracing all parts of yourself. So the dark and light, those quote unquote negative emotions, sadness, anger, as well as your joy and positive emotions. So King of Wands, there's really a warmth to you. I feel like you make people feel happy and safe and warm and embraced. And I think it's important for you to do that for yourself too. Let that warmth fill you up as well as other people, And don't forget to play. Like, I think you're a child at heart in a lot of ways. And, even if it seems like silly to other people, like, who cares? Like, that's part of living and thriving is, playing and finding the joy and brightness in little things. And I think you also have a lot of passion and drive, confidence too. And it's not arrogant to be confident. I think there's like that worry in a lot of us that if you're confident, then you're arrogant or self-centered, and that's not true. Okay. Let's look at, I'm going to start with the Everyday Witch Oracle. Let's see what you can do to help embrace your authentic self. Make a move. All right, so I think maybe you have been a little stagnant, not taking action. And this is saying that it's okay to take action and just flow with life, flow with, if a decision you make isn't the perfect one, that's okay. Then make a different one. Just let things flow, but don't stay in one spot. Keep moving. Okay. And I have the Spirit Animal Oracle, and we'll see what animal represents your authentic self and has advice for you. All right, Rabbit Spirit. Now is the lucky time. Number 49. Okay, so to me, this definitely, I feel like you have a lot of energy and a lot of need to move and play, and also I think maybe family is really important to you. And this is just saying, like, it's a lucky time right now. Like, it's okay to be optimistic. And I know that's scary sometimes because it's like, well, then, I could lose big. But, sometimes when we're positive and optimistic, it creates space for positive things to come in. And that's not a blanket rule or anything, because sometimes we can't be positive. We can't all the time. But let's see. Also, I think that passion comes through with this card also. And the lightness, the bit of, like, playfulness is definitely a big thing for you. So I would definitely spend more time with that playfulness. Okay, and now let's see if any of these legendary ladies, goddesses, have any advice for you. Might be watching out for you. And I want to mention you can be any gender with these readings, like, and I think, goddesses kind of transcend gender anyway. So let's see. Run, focus. That's interesting because we had the make a move card with the water. I think maybe you need to spend some time around water, even if it's just like a shower or bath or something. And I think maybe allowing your emotions to flow as well. But also focus. I think that's just finding clarity. I think maybe you're feeling a little foggy, a little unclear, and I'm hoping this reading kind of gives you some clarity about who you are in your essence, All right. That's what I have for you, Pile 2. I hope this was a helpful reading. Thank you for watching, and if you liked it, please like and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Okay, Pile 3, welcome to your reading for How Can You Embrace Your Authentic Self. You have the Malachite and the Everyday Witch Tarot. So I'm going to be shuffling on camera, and I'm going to get some tarot cards first, and then some oracle cards. So how can Pile 1 embrace their authentic self? Oh, I got 2. Yeah, I think I'll stop there. Okay. So, we have the Five of Swords. And with this, another pile got this as well. So you might have been drawn to more than one pile. But with this, it's talking about a barrier to embracing your authentic self. And that's in feeling like you're in competition with other people. And the thing is you're not. You're a unique person. You do not have to be in competition with anyone. And I know that's easier said than done. You know, it's in our natures to compare ourselves to other people. But you are amazing as you are. And, you know, even if other people are playing that comparison game, you don't have to buy into it, because it's only going to give you anxiety and grief. And hopefully this reading will help you see some of the beautiful things about yourself. And I don't just mean that like physically beautiful. I mean like you as a whole, as a person. So we have the Page of Swords, which is really beautiful. This is, to me, saying that you first are very intelligent and have a lot of ideas, but also that you are someone who is always learning and always looking to learn new things. And that's amazing. Not everyone's like that, and that makes you a very, very beautiful, very interesting person. And it allows you to grow. There's a lot of room for growth in that willingness to learn and willingness to be a student. And not needing to know everything and be good at everything right away. I think there's that ability to be a learner, and that's huge. That's amazing. So that's something to really embrace about yourself and not feel self-conscious of, if maybe you're feeling self-conscious for any reason about that. And that might just be one person who feels that way, but I felt the need to say that. So then we have the Six of Cups. This is about, to me, it's about embracing your inner child. It's about healing and memories and nostalgia. So I think you maybe need to do some things that are nurturing to your inner child, whether that's playing a game you played as a child, or I don't know, just connecting with animals sometimes is helpful for that, looking at photo albums, writing, whatever it may be for you that sparks that childlike joy and is healing for little you. Which may sound weird, but it's really something that's important, especially if you had a difficult childhood in any way. So this is just saying to be compassionate to yourself, and even if something seems silly, if it's healing and helpful to you, then it's important. And along that same line, we have the King of Cups. So it's interesting. We have your like child's emotion and healing, and then we have like your adult's emotional intelligence and healing. So the King of Cups is very emotionally wise and good at regulating his emotions. And you can be any gender, of course. I'm just using he because it's a king, but anyway, the king is very good at regulating their emotions, and also very compassionate, very empathetic, really good at identifying and feeling their emotions, and also good at working with the emotions of other people too. So I'm almost wondering if you're like a counselor or therapist of some kind, or that's something that you might be interested in being, or something that you're studying for. Um, that's just a vibe I'm getting. If not, that's something that I think you'd be really good at. You're good at listening and understanding emotions, and are very compassionate, and that's really beautiful. So that's something that a lot of people tend to find like weak, but it's not weak, and you're not weak. It's actually very strong and shows a great amount of love and intelligence in you as a person. So those are some really beautiful, beautiful attributes of you, and some ways to better embrace that. So now I'm going to pull some oracle cards. I'm going to start with the Spirit Animal Oracle and see which animal represents you and maybe has some advice for you. Ooh, Fox Spirit, number 27. Think on your feet. So that's interesting with the Page of Swords. I feel like you're very, very intelligent. And like I said, maybe even quick-witted. Maybe you have a quick wit, which is really cool. And I think you're really able to, like it says, think on your feet and adapt and have really interesting ideas just come to you like that. I think you also have a good sense of humor, and it might be a dry, witty sense of humor. So maybe look into letting that come out more often. Also, I just see such keen intelligence with you. I think you're a very intelligent person. And if you don't think you are, maybe this is your sign to realize, like, you really are intelligent. Even if maybe people have told you you're not or something. You are. So that's really beautiful. Okay. Then I've been pulling these goddess cards just to see if there's a goddess that you could look into if you wanted to. Ooh. Ooh, Inanna, desire. So that's really nice. So it's interesting because every pile had something about desire and passion. And I think this is just to follow your heart, follow what you desire, because those things are important. You don't have to, as long as it's not hurting anybody, your passions, your desires, what you're dreaming for and looking for, pursue those. You don't have to, dampen those. Feel free to pursue those desires, whatever they may be. And finally, I have the Everyday Witch Oracle, and this might just have a way you can embrace your authentic self. So, affirmation for growth. Okay. So to me, this is saying you are growing. You're in a growing phase right now. Spiritually, mentally, in your life circumstances. And it's saying to me you've planted the seeds for this growth, and you're going to start reaping the rewards of that. And this is saying to me to give yourself permission to explore yourself and your personality and who you are. And it's okay if that changes. We don't have to be static. We can change, and that is totally okay. It doesn't make you indecisive. It doesn't mean you didn't know who you were before. No. We can grow and change as people. In fact, that's what usually happens is people grow and change. So yeah, don't be afraid to embrace that. Okay, that's what I have for you, pile 3. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this was helpful. And if you liked it, like and subscribe. And thank you again, and I will see you next time.